I don't know if there's much to talk about, everybody.
Never in doubt, right? Never in
doubt. It's pretty uneventful game that just went on, but we'll talk about it for as long as everybody wants.
So we're going to try something. Y'all bear with me for a second. We're going to try to go in the locker room and get interviews. I've never done this live, on the interweb or anything. But we're going to try. We're going to see what happens. If it doesn't work, y'all need to carry this. But
don't worry, I usually do.
Yeah, we know.
Well, should we do a quick recap while you're walking in?
I'm not the only one here. Put me on full screen for a minute, if you can, Starns.
Wow.
Oh, Ramon's trying to get by me. No big deal. It's okay. Just it's a little busy.
Can't hear him that well.
Can y'all hear him? No, he said it was really emotional for him. You can tell his eyes are red. He's been crying.
Try to use your mic if you can.
What mic? I don't have a mic. We're going to have to get back to this. There's just too many people. So there are 1,000 storylines. Okay. Take me off. If y'all could take me off the full screen.
Yep.
So there's 1,000 storylines in this game. Emmanuel scoring 30, Jamal just putting the team on his back. And then I think you were called for about 60 fouls. I don't know how that happened. Coaches Kellen and Hollis just going down the hall. They're doing interviews right now. Kelvin just walked to the interview room. Emmanuel, Jamal, Juwan all walked to the interview room. I thought this was probably the gutsiest performance Juwan has ever had. I think him going into that media table, you had to wonder if his leg just came off while that happened. Like, is it a Christmas Story with the leg lamp? What am I thinking of? I'm totally out of it right now.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
The Frigile Trophy.
Yeah. So did we lose Starns?
Hold on, I'm here. Give me a second.
We don't have Galen either. He's going to be here in just a bit.
I had a really good feeling about how things were going to turn out whenever I saw J1 go through that table. It brought back the memories of putting Arizona on ice with Fabian.
Yeah. Well, there was no ice here. You were up 11 with 84 seconds to play and gave up that lead, which is, boy, that could have been a complete disaster. But you've got, what a night. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna duck in and see if I can get anybody.
Okay.
Starns, Brad, y'all go for it.
All right. Well,
go ahead, Starns.
Four people in foul. 4 starters fouled out, and 2 of them fouled out in regulation, and then Emmanuel fouls out, who was having the game of his life. Fouls out soon after hitting a 3, and then you're just left with almost nothing. I mean, it's how you pull out this game still doesn't totally make sense to me after that game time 3. It's just I don't know how many other teams. It has to be almost.
Welcome to the Godfather.
Hello.
That's how you motherfucking win. That's how you fucking win, man. Shut up, Ryan, motherfucker. fucking Elvin. God damn. That's how you win. All guts, all hustle, no luck. That's how you motherfucking win. The fuck? Man, I'm turned. I'm turned. I am turned. Shout out Star Pizza. I'm turned as shit. Oh my goodness. That was an elite game. What did I miss? My bad.
Nothing. You're right here, right as we're getting started.
Man,
we're kicking it off with you, baby.
Man, Jesus Christ. That was an elite game. Talk about overcoming adversity, man. Just thinking shit on the fly. Just, oh, damn. Just like, that's, man. Look at Big One.
That was literally the gutsiest performance. I mean, it's hard to rank them with as many as we've seen over the years with Kelvin, but that is literally the gutsiest.
I say, fuck the years. That's
win I've ever seen
this year. My goodness.
I mean,
man,
we literally had the entire second team out there.
Is he trying to show off his muted?
Your mute's on, Ryan.
What can you do?
There we go.
We're gonna talk with you in just a minute.
Let's talk to J1 for just a fucking minute.
Yeah.
Man.
So, Galen, what did you think about what you saw here?
What did I think?
Especially in the last 90 seconds when you give up a lead and then have to regroup.
That it was highs and lows, but that's what makes March Madness. So when you got good two well-coached teams who play hard, who are coached to be relentless, that's the type of outcome that you get. Man.
Galen, what's your relationship with Ramon Walker?
I fuck him on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Ramon, you have a second? You want to talk with Galen?
Yeah.
With me?
Hey,
so, Galen, here's Ramon. Ramon, make this happen.
Hey,
go,
bro,
Galen.
Hey, listen, bro. How did it feel to check into the game under those circumstances and come in and do what you do, make a game-winning play, and how does that feel, bro?
Can you hear him?
Barely.
Not that well.
Yeah. But he said he just wanted to go in there and give it his all. Say it again, bro.
I said I just wanted to go in there and give it my all. And, you know, Coach Sam says when the ball goes up, go get it. And that's what I did.
What a politically correct answer. What a media coach is, man. What a nice answer. But it's just like, what did you make in that play in that moment? What did it do for you personally?
It was just a boost. You know, after the game, I told Maul that I'm here. Like I'm here. I'm here for y'all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here. So just being able to get back out there and do the thing that makes me, it just feels really good.
Hey, bro. Hey, blessings to you, young brother. I'm proud of you, man. I'm happy for you, dog. Enjoy the moment, dog. Enjoy the moment. God damn. That's crazy. I'm like, oh, he got it. Oh, shit. Let's go. Man, that shit was so loud, bro. Man.
And you immediately came in and produced. I mean, it's amazing what you've gone through and how you've been able to really turn out these last two games, especially how the team has needed you. As far as your rehab goes, was this always in your mind to be able to keep working to get back to this point?
I think about like 2 weeks ago is when I really was like, okay, like I can be back for the first round. Like I gotta ramp it up. I feel like that. Like at that point, it was feeling well enough to where I can start doing some things, and just being able to come back and just be there for my guys. That's what I want to do the most. But I play for them. Like I don't play for the name on the back of the jersey. I play for what's on the front.
Awesome.
How was your knee feeling? I mean, you didn't really play much of the game. I remember you said your knee was sore yesterday. I mean, how was it feeling?
Oh, it was crunch time. I didn't feel it at all.
Facts. That's how it be.
I didn't feel it at all. It was
Like
crunch time.
the old man says, some people have a high opinion of pain, and some people have a low opinion of pain.
Mhm.
You go win with guys like Ramon Walker. God damn it, that's what I'm talking about, man.
That's right.
That's tough.
What does Coach say after that shot in the huddle? How do you even recover from that? What do you even say to each other? What goes on there?
First thing he brought up was the Baylor game. The Baylor game at Baylor in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Same exact situation. And just being in that situation before, that just helped us. We all knew what we had to do, and we got it done.
One last question. Do you think Emmanuel's 30 was a good 30 or a bad 30?
It was a good 30. I'm not a hater like him.
Is there a bad 30?
Apparently Emmanuel thinks there's a bad 30.
Oh my goodness.
We're good.
He's been Samsonized. Man, that's crazy.
So that was okay.
You know what's crazy, Ryan?
What's
I
that,
remember
Galen?
this past summer. I remember I went to Fertitta to go shoot late at night, and the lights were off. And I walked in there. Remind you, it's probably like 11:30 p.m. on a random day in the summer. And I walk in there, and I just hear the ball bouncing, and Ramon has his phone flash on the ground, lighting up the rim, shooting. And it's just like, shit like that gets you good karma.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm probably the only person that saw, I was the only person that was there. And it's just like, it's moments like that build habits and create good, a good return that you're able to do what you do whenever you put in a game in a situation like that. So it's like, hey man, hats off to that young man for coming in the game and doing what he does and being himself. He is a winner. Ultimate winner.
Galen, we've talked a lot about this year in our post-game shows about players coming off the bench, and they're always got to be ready because you never know when your moment's going to come.
Never know.
And tonight, everybody had their moment. Everybody was needed for that moment. I mean, everybody contributed tonight.
Yeah,
I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it.
It's a next man up mentality, and Coach Simp, his message is always, we're all a sprained ankle away from mediocrity. So whenever somebody goes down, somebody has to be able to step up and be willing to step up, because that's what the team will need in that given moment. So this hats off to our guys being ready. Like it literally took one through the managers for us to come out and win this game. That's just the culture, man. That's just the culture. What's crazy? I'm actually surprised Ryan missed the first free throw. I'm actually surprised. That was the most surprising thing to me.
I think that would you've got to figure that. I mean, that is the most pressure he's ever been under. But making the second might be the play of the game.
It wasn't no rim. It's all net. Like that's what I was expecting on the first shot. Obviously, he sat 48 minutes, and that But hey, our guys are tough, man. They're built for the moment. They're built to handle and withstand whatever comes their way. I'm a fan.
I mean, just how do you get to a spot where you're in an NCAA tournament game, you're in overtime, fighting for your life, and a walk-on is in the game? And I mean, how many times has that happened in the history of this tournament? I can't imagine that many.
Me either.
I'm gonna go try to get some more people. Y'all keep this alive.
Absolutely.
Starns, let's go to some of the comments real quick.
Yeah.
Let's get through. We got a whole lot backed up.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Let the people speak. Let the people speak. This is a top to bottom U of H win. You know, there's a lot of wins that we look at, a lot of games that we say, you know, that's a culture win. That's a culture win. This wasn't just a culture win. This shows you what the culture truly is, because it's not, I mean, when things are going difficult, you know, usually we have our starters out there. But when you go to the very last man and everybody delivers something and
Everybody contributed.
At this stage, at the NCAA tournament, it doesn't get bigger than this. I mean, this is what the culture truly is.
Yeah, man. And it's just when you got two teams like the teams that competed tonight, man, you got two good coaches, and what they preach is not giving in. That type of finish is inevitable. The plays that you want to run, it all goes out the window. It ain't about the plays no more. It's about who's willing to do what in any given moment, who's willing to make the play.
We got Jawan coming in.
Oh shit, we got Big Ron.
Talk to me.
What the fuck the vibe is, man?
Man, shit, back to that 16, brother.
Back to that 16. I like how that sounds, my boy. How does it feel, bro?
Feel good, bro. Just, you know, battling adversity. And I didn't even know that. I was the only one in the starting five that didn't foul. I know that.
No, well, now you know. Goddamn.
I didn't know that, but just, you know, just next man up. You know, other guys stepping up. Ramon had a crucial offensive rebound putback. Malik had a corner cut. Ryan made a free throw. Ryan, shit, come in the game, ain't stretch, ain't shoot the ball, and make the second free throw. That just shows heart, you know, and just what this team's about. And just a whole team effort.
Yeah, literally. A1, bro, I want to commend you on your leadership, bro. I seen how you was talking to Raya when when he was going to the line. It was words of affirmation, and it's like positivity. It's like, bro, you're built for this. Like, you work hard every day. We probably work the hardest in the program. You're built for this. Like, I just want to commend you, bro, on your leadership and how much you've grown since you've been to the program, man. That is
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And the reason being, you know, I've been a freshman before, you know, and I had people that I looked up to that showed me the ropes. And just being that person now, you know, fifth year senior, you got Jacob, you know, you got Cordell, you got Sid. Sid probably started playing basketball at 15 years old.
Yeah.
So he just started, and you know, just trying to be like the older guys that showed me the way, and just trying to help the young guys too, and just, you know, trying to embrace that role.
How your body feel, bro? I just have a feeling that whenever the season ends and nothing hurts anymore, you might feel a little weird.
At this point, ain't anybody being hurt no more. Shit, you got to push through it now. Ain't time for injuries or nothing. You got to get back. I mean, we get back in Dallas now. You know what time it is.
You know what time it is. We ain't got to say nothing else, man. Any more questions? But you know what time it is. Shit, man. Hey, what was your thought process aside from what Coach said? What was your thought process when the game went into overtime?
Stay together. Because when we played back in Toyota Center, it's like the same thing.
Damn near.
Like Wade just got hot in the second half, and that's what he did again today. And I mean, he made a damn game winner on top of the key. That wasn't even the play wasn't even for him, but he made it. You know, kudos to him. But just going into overtime, just telling the guys like, okay, they made a run. Now the score is 0-0. You know, going into overtime. And just stay together. And we knew, you know, going into overtime, we never had no thoughts about like, okay, we about to lose or trouble or that. It wasn't about none of that. It's just about, okay, we got 5 minutes now to redeem ourselves, and let's just win this game now.
Hey, man. My boy's a world-class responder now, man. My boy is the elite at interviews, man. Shit.
Culture, bro.
Culture.
It's somebody's building I don't like, bro. I don't know what it is.
God. But shit, you ain't really lost too many in FedEx, huh? I said you ain't lost too many in FedEx, huh?
Nah, hell no. I won every time, but it wasn't easy. No. I did lose.
Yeah.
I did lose when they had, I think, Jalen Duren. We got waxed by 20.
Yeah. It's all good though, brother. Hey man, and y'all got anything to ask? Towns, you good?
No, I'm
Starns, where
good.
y'all at?
I'm good.
Hey man, hey man, enjoy this time, brother. Take care of
Yes,
your
sir.
body, man. I'll holler at you, my boy.
All right, my dog.
All right. This is some good ass content. Shout out Star Pizza. Shout out GoCoogs. Hey man, this is some good shit we getting.
Check this out, baby. Look at
Come
this.
on. Oh shit. Is it empty or is it full?
Son, I ain't gonna leave y'all hanging. Look at this. Look at that.
Son, is it
something
full?
is something in there? Jeez. Okay, Town. You must have had a separate box.
They must have just brought in more. They brought in the backups. It's what is it? 11:30 at night? I don't even know. I have a flight in about 4 hours. I don't think I'm sleeping.
Get you some coffee, man. You'll be all right.
Oh, that ain't it.
Bucket of Adderall. What is that? Is that lasagna?
It's on
Yeah.
you. Gotta be. Yeah.
Look at
Absolutely.
that. Can y'all smell that?
Absolutely not. But I don't feel like you're making it look appealing. Tom.
No, you're really not.
You gotta.
All right, I'm gonna
Hey.
go find somebody.
Ryan's responsible for the camera.
Man,
I'm doing the best I can.
what the comments talking about, man? I'm feeling real interactive. Goddamn, fuck. This is. I wonder if this is how my mom felt when she watched me. Like, is it like on edge and this into the game? It's like, man, it just seemed like every play and especially the last 5 minutes, it just seemed like every play was a big play.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It's hard to really put into words what that game truly was, and it's hard to really kind of wrap my head around what just happened because teams don't win those games. Teams in our situation don't win those games. It just doesn't happen. And you got the entire team out for overtime. You got all your scores, everything. And J1's on one leg and a gashed up
one
hand.
leg and one hand. 50-50 club for real.
Jim Nance in there.
Half a healthy body.
Let's see. Let's go here.
All right, that's a pretty good. That's solid in the 50-50s.
That was a good one, Ryan?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's understandable. That's understandable, Mike. Sean, that was
Emmanuel
definitely a classic. I think I don't think you're alone there. I don't think you're alone there.
Starns, you said you saw players on the bench starting to get emotional.
Yeah.
Javier,
Yeah.
certainly Ramon and guys like that.
It also may have looked like during the game after Emmanuel fouled out, it looked like he looked really upset at that too. I mean, and then with John Rothstein immediately after the game, Jamal started getting emotional and brought up Reggie Chaney and said that in the locker room at halftime, Calvin said what would 32 do? And I mean, this is just, you can only imagine what this game was like for them, what was going through their heads when that three hit as the lead was winding down, and then when overtime started, and then Manuel hit the first shot, but then he fouled out, and then all this stuff. I mean, you can only imagine, watching it is one thing, but living it, playing it, experiencing it is another.
I'd say that emotion is so raw because our guys, they invest so much time, effort, blood, sweat, tears. They invest so much. And it's like the harder you work for something, the greater the attachment that you have to it. And like our guys, they pour, and our coaching staff, everybody who's a part of our program, they pour their heart and souls into what we have going, into believing in each other. So that emotion is just, obviously our guys want to win and they want to be a part. And it's just, So things happen, but that's why you develop a culture that has a next man up mentality, and it's able to overcome whatever adversity it comes their way.
Jamal was asked about Duke by John Rothstein on the court after the game. I don't know how they even begin to think about that. He just said, I don't know. We'll just watch tape. I mean, Jamal himself played almost every single second before he fouled out.
Hang on.
John Rothstein trying to get a banger tweet.
A reporter after that game, after what you just saw, was talking about the next game?
John Rothstein is trying to get a viral tweet.
I would say Rothstein was sitting next to me the last 2 days, and after was it Garcia that hit the game tire?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
After Garcia hits the game tire, I'm looking around just at fan reaction, and John and I catch each other's eyes, and he just goes, and I mean, but man, I don't know how that's what you ask immediately after a game. That's brutal. Okay.
You know,
I'm going to go back in for one more. Go ahead, Galen.
You know what's also brutal, Ryan? That motherfucking putback dunk Jamal had with 2 hands. That was ridiculous. That was crazy. And I'm so glad he got it, because if they would have scored in transition, that would have been his ass, because he was supposed to be back. Boy. They showing the replay
there were so many times where I thought, okay, this game's pretty much sealed. It was that play. It was I think 2 Emmanuel Sharp threes, free throws. It seemed like the game was over with 2 minutes left, and yeah, I mean,
man, I can't even imagine their emotions, because mine were all over the place. Big shot after big shot. It's just something about Emmanuel, and I guess he loves playing against A&M. Nope, it doesn't get better than that. Star Pizza. You can be like Towns. Hey, Ryan, don't say shit. Oh, man, that was crazy. And that last foul they called on Jamal was ridiculous. Look at Ryan at the line.
No, here's the thing. The worst call of the night was what fouled LJ out on that 3-pointer.
Yeah.
I don't think he came close to touching the guy.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it live. I didn't see the replay, but I don't think he came close. Did he?
He touched. Here's the thing.
He hit the ball.
You call a foul after he blocks the shot or gets fingertip on it, and he hits the hand after the shot. Because he did make contact after the shot, but he also hit the ball.
That ain't a foul. All right. I'm going to go try to get a manual, and then if that doesn't work, we're just going to go on because they're going to close.
Is there anything you'd want to know, Ryan?
I don't know, but y'all got 3 questions with him if we get them, not 17.
3 questions.
So shut up, Brad. Shut up, Starns.
His Victory Pizza is freaking good.
Right. What do y'all want to know?
I don't know. I mean, a lot, but more than I can.
Look at him. What up, bro?
It's good, bro.
Hey, first off, bro, how does it feel to win a game like that with all those circumstances and everything that happened?
Bro, this probably the best I felt. Like, wow, like this perfectly describes like the program and what we be through. You know what we go through.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like this is exactly what we built for. Like, it feels great, bro.
I feel you. So I wanted to ask you, bro, like, what about it? What about playing A&M just makes you go crazy? Oh, you can't talk no more?
I mean, they kicking him out, but it's nothing about A&M. But hey, I'm rising to the occasion.
My dog. Hey, man, enjoy the win, bro. He said, hey, they kicking him out. Damn, you going to put him on blast like that? Get your ass out of the locker room, Ryan. Wow. Man, dog. That's a crazy game.
I want to know what your guys' thoughts after that game tying 3. I mean, because it seemed like Malik got caught there were
On
2
the
people
slip.
at one guy.
You know what's crazy? As soon as like I seen Malik have that hesitancy on that switch, and I said, yeah, that's money. There's just the luck that we've had in the turn. Like that's money. And sure enough, jeez.
I'm going to jump off for a second and try to figure out my life, and I'll be right back.
All right, big dog.
I wanted him to get filmed getting taken to jail.
But it's just like whenever a play like that happens against you and the game isn't over and you still have another chance to, win the game. I feel like that should give a team, especially a team who's built and has a DNA like ours, it should be kind of reassuring. Like we withstand everything they threw at us and we still have a chance to win the game 0-0. And I'm glad that our guys went into that overtime with the right attitude. They weren't deflated. They weren't concerned about which direction that momentum felt like it was going. They were able to stay focused. They came out and got the tip, scored the first bucket, hit a big 3. And I feel like that set the tone for us. That gave us a little bit of breathing room in that overtime period. And I'm just glad we were able to just weather the storm. Everything that happened, literally an entire team effort, one through whoever. Like, it took everybody. And there's just a lot of times when coaches say that, it can be taken as like, it could be just be lip service. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
right.
That literally took everybody. It's gonna take all of us. And I feel like this game right here, like and how it played out, that's a great message to build on going forward. Like it's gonna take all of us. It's gonna take all of us, and we can't afford to not have anybody ready because you never know what the game is gonna have, what the game is gonna bring, and whose number is gonna be called. So like I said, I'm talking a lot, but it's like I really am proud of our guys for being mature, being warriors, and just rising to the occasion, man. It's tough to do. Like what Ramon did in that situation, haven't played, you get into the game, you're probably nervous, don't want to fuck up. And to be able to make a winning play like that, that is major. That is major, and that probably will do wonders for his confidence. So I'm just glad our guys were just able to stay focused, man, and just achieve a victory.
When this is exactly what they start talking about going all the way back to June. They talk about this every day of every year that everybody's got to be ready. And then tonight you had to be on the biggest stage of the year in the biggest situation in most of these guys' lives. I mean, look how many fresh bodies we had tonight. Guys that haven't been in this situation, looking for a trip to the Sweet 16 to be able to come up with something like this.
Yeah.
This is one where this game really was won in the summer. This game was won last year as far as developing this culture goes. This game goes all the way back to you and those first teams that we had.
That's crazy. I was going to say, like, whenever we were doing post-practice shooting, and it was Coach Hughes to have all the guards, and everybody had to make, like, it wasn't, oh, you make it because you're starting, and you make this amount because you're starting, you make this amount because you might not ever. Everybody had the same. And that's how they, like, when they come to development, everybody has to do the same thing. And it's just, in moments like this, when everybody's held to the same standard, you just never know. And it just, today was one of those days where that standard not deviating and it just being, and it just being what it is, that's what helped us. We lived to see another day, and we're on to the next round.
And as far as how big this truly is, It's just the next step for this team. It's just the next step. We move forward. We survive and advance. But for the long term, this will be used as an example of every one of those practices when you're sitting there dead tired and you got to make free throws or you got to make certain amount of shots. This is going to be the lesson to say, look, this is exactly what happened in 2024 in Memphis.
Yeah.
So don't think it won't happen. Don't think it can't happen. This has happened, and this is how we do it.
You think about how many games this year where we come up here and Galen or someone says this was a culture win. Whether it was the Iowa State home game, the Baylor game, the OU game, all those games, and all the games in the years before. When you think about the culture game, I don't think there has been, or I don't even know if there can be a bigger endorsement and just demonstration of what this culture yields for this team. I mean,
no better example.
You talk about a gut check. It's more a gut check. It might as well they just got a shotgun blast right to their intestines.
Yeah, this is a gut. This is a jaw. It might have hit you in the eye. Like it was everything check. Like
and you bounce back from that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a team bounce back from that. With, we've seen teams have those 3-pointers that just knocks the wind out of you and sends it to overtime, and then those teams recover from that. But I've never seen a team recover from blowing a 13-point lead, having that go to overtime, and then
starters falling out,
having all the foul trouble and having no bodies left and still win a game.
Can I talk?
No.
Good, try
it. Oh shit!
When you talk about substantial,
I mean, that is the one substantial right there.
Yeah. Woo. So I'm in something called a family room, which I think is for the Memphis Grizzly players. I'll probably get kicked out of here at some point. How did the interviews go? What did y'all think about Ramon and Jawan and Emmanuel? They were literally pulling me out of the room talking with Emmanuel. Like the NCAA came in and said, "You're done. Get your little cup and get the fuck out." And
they were good. I mean, they're going to open up to a guy like Galen. They're not going to open up to me or Towns.
Well, Towns, I think, asked like a 4-minute long question. He's perfect for the media now. I haven't stopped since the game ended. It was trying to do this and that, and watching these guys celebrate and what we've seen. Very cool. I don't know how you come back from what you came back from. How do you come back from this? This was before Shed picked up his 5th. Yeah. I mean, oof. The fact that they didn't call one on Ryan Elvin right when he got in the game was surprising.
They was calling some bullshit, man.
Have y'all talked about Wade Taylor?
We haven't. 5 for 26.
And he hit his last 3, I think.
Hey, that's a he's a microwave. He is whenever he sees one go through. I think he had hit a layup and then a 3 immediately followed. He's one of those guys that once he sees one, it could just start pouring rain. Like he has that type of gear to him. He has a type of game, and he has a type of freedom. And most important, I feel like his teammates and they believe in him and they believe in his ability. So hell of a player, man. Hell of a player.
Hold on, let me bring something up. Rothstein tweeted, "This Houston win tonight over A&M will be talked about for years." Yes, it will. Felt like Holyfield-Bowe in the 90s. Ain't nobody talking about Holyfield-Bowe in the 90s.
Yeah.
Well, they're also not talking about Duke right after the game.
Yeah.
That
John
You want to
is
do you want to do a
mind blowing.
you want to do it. Talk about a fight. You talk about Hagler Hearns because that's exactly what this was. These two teams came out gunning. And
Hagler
shot.
Hearns if it went like 15 rounds.
Yeah.
Instead of 3.
And they had a sudden death, and you gotta go to 16 and 17.
Did you just look that up, Starns, or do you know that?
No, I know of that fight. I'm a
Okay.
fan. I'm a fan of boxing.
Okay.
So if you're a fan of boxing, you know Hagler Hearns. You don't know
Bless you, brother.
Holyfield Bowe. Ain't nobody know about that.
Okay. Timeout. We
Uh-oh.
Well said.
Take a
Maybe that's for the
screenshot,
best.
somebody.
We're at 1,000 viewers right now.
Welcome everybody.
That's doubling what.
If you just now tuning in, shout out to motherfucking Star Pizza. They got some good ass pizza. It's your boy G Rob. They got some good ass pizza. Tap in. Y'all out work
welcome,
tomorrow. Y'all ain't got
everybody.
shit to do tomorrow. Tap in tomorrow. The big $12. Get you a big ass meal for the big $12. God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they might like if you stop the cursing just the tiniest bit
I'm
while you're
sorry,
promoting their
Ryan,
product.
I can't help it. I am turned. I'm turned.
I don't know what that means.
I'm lit. I'm lit.
Okay, neat.
Absolutely. Oh man. What a day.
What a day.
I heard all my teammates just talking, like they were just talking shit all day. And it's like I really don't have a comeback because it's just, my word versus your word. Now it's over. Shut up. On to the next weekend, gentlemen. Man.
They get a nice frosty mug of shut the fuck up.
Yeah, absolutely. Shut the fuck
I
up
was
on the
so
rocks.
glad that we were able to do that.
Yeah, thanks.
That was a interesting one.
Yeah.
But they were calling those jump balls pretty quick.
The whole tournament, the whole weekend.
Yeah, at least it's been consistent.
There was a jump ball. I don't know if it was in the earlier game. I mean, this all feels like a blur. It feels like every game happened at the same time. They called a jump ball earlier. The ball was in the air. Nobody had possession. They called jump ball. And it was like, come on, dude. What I believe is that these 3 guys will not work another game in this tournament. There's just absolutely no way. Kelvin's going to spend all. Yeah, John Williams was here. Head of referees for the Big 12, not for the NCAA. I'll wonder the rest of my life how we won this game. Well, you had an 11-point lead in the last 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Emmanuel was 7 of 7 on free throws. And I was looking for, like, what was he on free throws at that point? And he was 7 of 7. And I was like, okay, he's just got to make and he missed the last one. He missed the 8th. And then he goes down. I think he got the foul right then.
Yeah.
They were guarding the 3. So I'm sitting right next to Kelvin. And in the huddle before that play, and then as they go out, he is screaming, no threes. No threes.
A 3 is the only thing that can beat us. I know.
Malik got caught off guard, right?
Yeah. And it's not his fault because
it's not his fault. But
it was like it's such an easy miscommunication to have because I don't think there was any contact made with the screen.
Yeah.
So
Wade probably had 6 seconds to get that ball in.
That was still a hell of a pass. J1 was
great
all
pass.
over him. And
Fantastic.
One was all over him. But I just know the message in that huddle was no threes. Everything but a 3. And what do you know with our luck? Boom. Hit a fucking 3.
I didn't see after he released the ball because I knew it was money as soon as he released it.
It looked elite.
But I knew that was done. But so when I sat back down and looked up, and then I saw the replay and I saw how they celebrated afterwards, I was like, "This game's over. We're gonna win this." They just dumped their wad right there.
Yeah, yeah.
They did look like they had won the game. It looked like, but I mean, how can you not after that? I mean,
yeah. I mean, Look, I hate A&M.
They were just pedaling upstream. They were just swimming against the current, and they tied the game. And then once we hit the first bucket in overtime, we were able to get that first stop. That does something to a team. It's like a certain level of panic sets in, and it's just like, it's like, damn, we made it. This like it's so. I once we scored the first bucket of overtime, and and it was a 3. Yeah, I had a really good feeling about how that.
So
Emmanuel got a clean look on the second one too. I thought it was.
Yeah.
I was directly on that line, and it was like, oh my God, he was about to just put it in them, but he missed it.
So let's go back to the boxing reference. Y'all remember? Anybody here? All the
he's been thinking about this.
people in the chat. When you remember Fury Wilder when Deontay Wilder put him down and thought he was dead to rights, and all of a sudden he pulled a Undertaker and sat right back up. That's what the look on Wilder's face is exactly what A&M looked like as soon as we came out and just throwing bombs in the overtime.
Are there any other sporting events y'all want to talk about instead of the one we just saw? Any at all? Your mic is on, Bradtown, so F you. Just be here. Be where your feet are.
Yeah.
Then talk, motherfucker.
I've been waiting to talk for days. American Airlines should be Duke and U of H fans and nobody else for any of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got rid of all the Texas teams. You got rid of Kentucky. It should be those two. And, Duke's going to have their fans. People are probably buying T-shirts right now at the gas station that say Duke. And, okay.
What's crazy? I got a little story, Ryan.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
I remember, I think I might have told this before, but I remember one day it was me and Armani Brooks. We were leaving the Torchies. That's on Shepherd.
You've told this 4 times.
Yeah. But
Five, maybe.
We have 1,000 viewers, and some people might not have heard this. And stopped at the gas station. I think we were top 25 at the time, and I think Monty was like, we were talking, and Monty was like, bro, we could probably beat Kentucky. And this was like in December, and I was like, yeah, you fucking right, we probably could. And then we got matched up with them in the Sweet 16, and it was just like, obviously, it's just little old Houston versus Kentucky, and it's all the, all the guys they produce, how storied their program is, yada, yada, yada. And I just remember in that film session, Coach Simpson was like, guys, listen, you're playing Ashton Hagens. You're not playing John Wall. And it's just like, once he kind of put shit in perspective, it was just like, there's no way we can win this game. Like, we didn't have a doubt before, but it's like when you think of Kentucky, you don't think of their current roster. You think of everybody that's come before. So it's just like going into this Duke game, it's like you're not dealing with Jaleel Okafor, Justice Winslow, Grayson Allen. You're dealing with fucking Kyle Filipowski.
Yep.
Yeah, and he'll be like, he won't say anything, and he'll be like, guys, y'all see what I'm saying? And then it's like, we really do. And it's just like, I feel like that's going to be the message for our team. Because I do feel like we are a better team than Duke. Absolutely.
Duke is,
that's some crazy shit to say.
Another hot team, though.
Yeah.
A&M hot coming in.
I'm going to tell you, Galen and I are the smoothest pairing ever. From day one, it has just worked. Nah, it works. It works. When we started doing this, when we started doing NIL stuff together, you were scared to ask a question. You thought, I can't do this, but you could, and you did, and now you are. And you own this shit now. And I am, this program right here is a program of development. That's what we do.
Cougar through and through. God damn it. Player development.
Yeah.
All the way to our fucking NIL guys. That's culture right there, man. That's fucking culture.
When he fouled out, I looked up at the scoreboard and it said 30, and I was like, 30. Oh, that must be minutes.
Yeah.
And then I went, look, and I knew he'd made a lot of threes. And
got fouled a lot.
A good 30. A good 30 according
Good
to
30.
Walker.
Real good
Well,
30.
did y'all not hear my question? I asked him, was that a good 30
I heard
or a
it. I
bad
heard
30? And he felt like it was a pretty good 30. So good for Emmanuel. That was, that was pretty impressive. What would 32 do?
Man,
There's our girl
facts.
Gwen. Sometimes why? Hadn't said it in a while.
Man.
Here's the problem with this game. Jamal Shed is the number one hero. And Emmanuel Sharp is the number one hero. And LJ hit some threes. And Jawan going across the media table.
Pivotal.
Javier picks up 2 fouls before the under 16 timeout, but he was affecting every shot at the start of this game. Ryan Elvin comes in and hits a massive free throw that wins you the game. Ramon Walker, in his second game back, they waited to put him in the game till the under 4 in the first half, and then comes in and just said Lot comes in at the end. They take Ryan Elvin out for a defensive sub, and the sub is said Lot. Who would have? I mean, there are 30 storylines that would have never made sense to you a week or a month ago, and they all happen in the same game.
Mhm.
And you blow an 11-point lead in the last 90 seconds, and you still got it done.
I just wonder what that makes you feel like as a coach. Like, obviously, you try to instill certain things in your guys, and it just – I wonder how it feels for something to play out like that, and it played out because of what you instilled and what you got your guys to believe in. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, how elated does it make you feel as a coach? Like, damn, like these guys are the definition of bought in. They are the definition of rising to the occasion. They are the definition of they are the definition of invested. It's like, that should make you feel triumphant as a coach, man. It really should.
He said to John Rothstein, and I'm looking at the transcript of the press conference right now, said, quote, "I don't know if there's a more satisfying win than tonight of all the years I've been doing this stuff."
Mm-mm.
And
Rightfully
this
so.
is a guy been in it for what, 35,
40 years,
40 years. Been to Final Fours, won conference championships, been to Elite Eights, Sweet 16s, all of that. And you hear that from him. I mean, incredible.
Our season was in the hands of Ryan Elvin at the free throw line in overtime to go to the Sweet 16. That's crazy.
Buzz Williams said the problem in overtime is the same problem they had for the first 40 minutes, just trying really hard to get consecutive stops. This U of H team shot 52%. They didn't get the biggest number of shots. They kind of faltered at the end on the free throws. But A&M shot 39%. I just
You know, like y'all might call me crazy.
Yes.
But I got a lot of respect for Buzz Williams as a coach. And because his team, they play hard. And it kind of reminds me of how Mick Cronin used to have his Cincinnati teams playing. Yeah. It's like you had those dudes ready to run through a brick wall, like just ready to do anything. And I just feel like it takes a respectable coach, let alone a short, stubby white dude, to get some dudes that's some real dudes for real and get them to play to that level. That is respectable. And hats off to hell of a coach, man. He, like, those dudes play hard. It is no quit in that. It's no quit. No quit.
You know, I've watched too many games this weekend over in the tournament when teams are in pretty much our exact same scenario. The opposing team is down by 13, 14 points with a minute and a half to go. And a lot of them just kind of just lay back
They're away. Yeah.
And, they don't respond. At no point did A&M look defeated. In fact, they looked the opposite. They looked like they believed that they were coming back. And I hate A&M. I hate everything about them. But I respect the hell out of that team.
Gotta respect the hell out of them.
How can you not?
Yeah, you can just tell when a coach's like influence is amongst the team. Like Buzz Williams, his DNA, his influences, that's his team. Like, and they play as such, man. Now, like I said, I hate giving A&M any type of, but it's just like game, respect game. And it's like, as a competitor, I know what it takes to get your team to that level. And I admire it for real.
And they really had every chance to shut it down. I've been really impressed with Iowa State. A&M tonight impressed me as much as Iowa State, just because of the intensity and the way that they played, and just they never lost faith. They never lost belief, and they just kept going. And we answered. And that was, that's right now that's the game of the tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got injured, but my nose is bleeding all of a sudden.
Oh, no wonder you're so fired up.
Can't win with guys like Ryan on the road.
No, you
Soft
can't.
as shit. Softer than puppy shit in the rain.
There you go. I told U-Towns via text yesterday, I believe. I think I was walking to the arena for media. There've been no buzzer beaters. There've been no last second shots and then who gets it? And
after watching all the blowouts today, I was like, shit, we're gonna have one of those tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to relax.
I mean, I think it was one, huh? It was
the Colorado one was with like
kind of a
that was with
beater.
a second left.
But it's not one of those. It's not one of those picturesque ball in the air, shot clock goes off.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah.
So if you're scoring at home, you beat Texas A&M twice this year. You beat Texas twice this year. You beat Baylor. You ended up beating TCU. You went 1-1 against them. You dominated Texas Tech twice, right? In the tournament and then in the regular season. You dominated the Southwest Conference this year. And I know that means a lot to a lot of people, but what is the record now? Is it 32-4? 33-4?
Man, that's tough.
You've gone to your fifth straight Sweet 16. Started with y'all beating Ohio State 5 years ago today. We got one more minute today. So today, did it again. Did it in 21. Go to 22. You beat Arizona last year. I don't even remember who you beat in the Sweet 16 or in the round of 32. Auburn. That's right. Yeah, that's too bad. Poor Auburn.
Speaking of greatness, check this out.
Is that a burrito? What is that?
Italian cream cake from Star Pizza. Delicious.
Italian cream cake.
I was just
Heard
a little
it from
bit.
Towns himself.
I was just a little bit too slow on the order to get my red velvet cupcakes. They said, "Sorry, we sold out." I'm like, well, I expected it, but
wait,
Italian cream cake, delicious. Everybody, trust the fat guy.
Trust the fat guy.
Star pizza.
Galen, you're going to get introduced to it. We're going to go there.
No, yeah, absolutely. That's already. Yeah, we should go as a crew.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. I need to get like a camera stabilizer or something. Maybe Ryan, you might have one of those.
I've got about 30 of them, but yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so you got one then.
This was John Shire's first scrimmage as the Duke coach. You whooped him in that scrimmage is what we've been told. It was super secret.
Super secret.
Somewhere there's going to be the T-shirts here for this weekend. The T-shirts were $40 and $48. I don't know who the hell is buying a $48 T-shirt that has, NCAA puts like 47 logos on a shirt.
Yeah.
JVR was emotional. LJ Cryer was emotional. I'm looking at my notes now. I didn't have them earlier.
I think Emmanuel was.
Yeah. And how about the NCAA or whoever putting time back on the clock twice on you in the last 10 seconds? Ramon Walker just kept doing it. Jamal Shedd missed a free throw, hit front rim late in the game. Would have never guessed that. Obviously, his legs are just
his legs
done.
Are toast. His legs were completely toast.
But it just shocking. But he did his part,
Yeah. No kidding.
We've been on for an hour and 2 minutes. There's 1,330 people watching. Some people think we're talking about the game. We did have 3 players on, which you've never seen on a U of H podcast. But yeah, we'll try to talk about the game.
Yeah. OneSubstantial.com, ladies and gentlemen. GoCoogs.com, Star Pizza. Tap into all. Very good stuff.
TheDailyCougar.com.
Elite shit.
Who? I didn't hear that last one.
TheDailyCougar.com.
Yes.
By Starns.
Starns, did you do a stat?
No, I
got a stat for you. Everybody fucking played, Ryan.
Everybody played.
And there was an NCAA tournament game. Everybody fucking played.
I mean,
and in overtime. Like, yeah, that's crazy.
I was ready. I mean, I had something ready in regulation. I'm gonna be honest. Didn't
work out.
Didn't work out. The stat one of the stats was, I mean, A&M missed 11 free throws in the first half. That was the most in a tournament game since 2016, according to the broadcast. That was one.
According to who?
And then the broadcast. So I didn't come up with the stat.
I heard something totally different. Okay.
It had looked like A&M was on the way to going the last 16 minutes without getting consecutive buckets. But then they did.
How about, here's the number for you. They had 26 offensive rebounds.
26.
They
had 75
That's hard
shots.
to believe. They had over 70 in the first game this weekend. It's a lot. But when you have JVR in foul trouble immediately and Juwan dings the leg again.
On the question on that offensive rebound stat,
yeah,
do they get credited for an offensive rebound on a missed free throw?
If it's the first of 2,
then they got a bunch of them there.
Those are team rebounds. Let's see. It doesn't tell me the team rebounds right now. Oh, 4. They say they had 4, which sounds low. But
I have a question.
Okay.
What were you guys most worried about going into this matchup?
I was worried about I wasn't worried about what's his name. I really wasn't
Wade
concerned.
Taylor.
I wasn't concerned about Taylor because I figured our 2 guards could check him pretty well. I would figure if you hold him to 18 to 20, you're in good shape. I was more concerned about their other off guards heating up and really putting a dent in it. And
you have to worry about. They had 3 guys that really could handle the ball, and would U of H's defense be effective as it is. No, because normally you isolate a guy, and then you just pick everybody off. And A&M only had 10 turnovers in regulation.
Yeah.
U of H had 10 turnovers in regulation. And I was worried about what you got.
Most of those turnovers came late too.
Yeah. I think there were
You know,
eight
I had
of them in the second half.
I just had checked because of the last game that A&M played Wade Taylor. He might have hit like 6 or 7 threes, and I had checked his previous games, and he's been like on a burner. And I was just so glad that he shot well in that last game because I just felt like he wasn't going to shoot well against us.
Right.
And it just showing up. Obviously, he hit some big ones, but he missed a lot more than he made. And I just had a feeling that was how that was going to go. But yeah, I thought it was key that like we just don't let their other guys get any confidence and impact the game. But it's a good team. Obviously, they did, and but yeah,
I thought their offensive game plan. Go ahead.
Obaseki and Radford were not factors in the first game. Radford didn't play. And then Obaseki, I think, was like 0-5.
0 for 5.
In that previous game, against Nebraska, Obaseki went off. I don't remember what Tyrese.
Obaseki's been doing that all month. It started the first game of the month, the second, and he is just. They put him in, and he goes 5 of 14, and Wade Taylor goes 5 of 26. So those two guys go 10 of 40. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then the free throws were such a huge problem in the first half.
Man, I was so glad. I just felt like it was going to come a point in a time in the game where like those missed free throws are going to haunt them. And because they missed, them been more like they were going to the line over multiple times in the first half.
Yeah.
Timeout.
Sir.
Shout out us.
Yeah.
Woo! But from a game planning perspective, I thought they came out with a brilliant game plan in that they didn't run a pick and roll at all. They just went with a flat 4 across the baseline and then just relied on isolation and tried to beat their man to the paint and then draw as many fouls as possible. And we bit right on it because we came out fouled. And so that's the refs were not great, but we play in the gray area and we're going to make calls. If you don't make calls, we are going to beat the piss out of you. But if you do, then exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, and tonight was
what they did tonight.
Tonight was one of those where it.
We got you for every last one of them, brother.
Yeah. We didn't get any slack. That's kind of you live by it, you die by it sometimes, and we survived.
This is one of the better points we've seen tonight.
I haven't yet. I haven't. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to make you hungry.
Yeah.
I'm talking about what they need. Like in the last 2 minutes, they need a challenge in college basketball.
No, you don't need to go to the monitor anymore.
Yes, they do, man. Because
although
Samford will probably be on their way to the Sweet 16.
Samford might.
Like, man, they make some questionable, very, very questionable calls down the stretch, and it's just like they can just make a questionable call, and that's just the end of it. And I just don't agree with cheating these kids out of who've invested so much. Just a bad call. Like, I feel like that should be something that should be implemented. Good one.
Hey, for the right amount of money, I'll drink wheatgrass.
You'll do it if they give you the free product.
I ain't gonna drink. I mean, I'll drink wheatgrass for money, but that's it. I've had it once and it's terrible.
Terrible.
Jump balls. Jawan had to jump in overtime. And I was like, uh-oh, this is going to be – and then he gets it. I was like, oh, okay. That's effort. That's a guy saying, F it, I am doing this. Will Juwan have an appreciable healing? No. It's just the whole point of the whole week is to try to get him through 40 minutes. And he had to get through 45 today. Okay, this is a question I thought about today. Want to ask you this. And will you and Galen do a podcast together?
We'll have to see.
Okay. Respect your work. Keep to okay. The stud thing, maybe not so much ever again. That's going to leave a mark. But I am glad that my mother got a new name, JG Nealardo. Good choice, Mom. 4 starters fouled out. Stat: Jamal, LJ, Javier, Emmanuel. That is wild.
Getting to the Sweet 16, Coach Sampson, his message was, you're 40 minutes away from being 40 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
And then you never know what can happen.
Juwan.
I hope Memphis fans enjoyed that.
Yeah. Officiating, physicality. Worried about the refs. Who do we play next? Duke.
Doesn't matter. Get the trunk. Jeremy Roach and Jamal that should be a hell of a battle. Hell of a battle.
Yeah.
And then you got Jared McCain, LJ Cryer.
Is McCain a Houston guy?
No, he was that guy that came on the recruit. He's got the big YouTube and TikTok following.
That's what it was. Okay.
Is that the kid? Is that the kid who?
Go ahead.
I don't want to offend anybody, but is that the kid that paints his fingernails?
Yes.
I don't know how that offends anyone. I mean, if he paints his fingernails, he paints his fingernails.
Mine are kind of painted like
that's how Ryan met me.
Pizza sauce.
I totally forgot about that, Starns. Starns was in the press box a year and a half ago at football, and I looked over. He's sitting next to me on my right, and dude's got black fingernail polish, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Starns, you'd had that?
And he had the long hair and
yeah,
black fingernail polish.
That makes sense.
I can't lie, like I can see the black, okay. But it's like if you doing the whole, you know what?
He was going on My Chemical Romance show or something like that.
To each their own. To each their own, you know.
This pisses me off.
Why?
Yeah,
you got the late game Friday, you get the late game Sunday, and you get the late game. Please let me get to a game early and go to bed.
Nobody give a fuck about you.
Nobody gives a fuck about me.
Get the players some rest.
Now that I 100% agree with.
But that is like playing the hella late games. That is like just waiting around all day. Like, damn, that is.
I mean, you go do shoot around in the morning, and then it's like,
and
what do you do?
You take a nap, and then
you ain't got no sleep pods.
Play some Xbox after that.
Man, it's just this waiting, and it's just like the anxiety. Like it's overwhelming. But yeah, them late games. That's 8:30. Like, god damn.
Which means 9 or 9:15 starting. It ain't gonna start at 8:39. But it's gonna be Duke, so you're gonna be on CBS. I mean, they're not messing around with that. They might put a fourth ref on the floor just so there's another guy to start calling some things for Duke.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
and this was 4 starters too.
That might have been like, I think it might have said in the 60s. It might have been 64 that I seen on the TV screen.
I think it was 44. It could have just gone back just busting Ryan's chops a little. That's fine. I don't care.
UTEP would have been called
Like you're the
Texas
only
Western
person.
then.
Yeah, Texas Western. Glory Road.
I had to watch that movie in social studies.
Please no Kansas commentary.
I don't
Rock
know.
Chalk. I don't want to say it, but I'm sure somebody.
Yeah, this is how we met McCain, was that he did the whole thing from staying at the Post Oak. That's what I remember.
That's a cool video. He's good. He's a good player. He's a damn good player.
I think
We have a lot of makeup comments right now, and
Jacob McFarland, I think one of his high school coaches, like documented Jacob's recruiting visit on like TikTok, like multiple TikTok parts, and I found it. I don't know how I came across it, but I did.
So Jacob McFarland, when y'all were talking to Ramon, I'm sitting down in the seat that Emmanuel has been sitting in for the last few days. And Jacob walked by, and I looked up. That motherfucker was 12 feet tall. Like, he's tall when I'm standing, but sitting down, it was like, holy, what is going on?
Yeah, no, that's
Accurate.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monsalu's usually asleep immediately as the camera goes off.
From 9:30 to about 1:30. Yeah, 2. This is true, but this is directly correlated to how much effort you put out. These guys are dog ass tired. Is that an excuse? No. But if you were kind of walking through a game like Kansas and not playing any defense, you might not be that tired after 40 minutes. Just a thought.
Normally I would agree during the regular season because we have let off the gas. I don't think we let off the gas. I think we're doing everything. I think we're doing everything we could to drain the clock. And at that point, I just got to tip my hat to A&M because they hit the shots. I mean, they were down and out.
People want maximum effort, doing everything full speed and perfection for 40 minutes.
Well,
against a team who's doing the same shit to you.
Yeah, well, that's the
gonna
funny.
Be pretty. It's gonna be I just like our chances when we're in a slugfest. It's gonna be ugly.
The thing that I find funny is I see comments on Twitter and whatnot, and somebody will say, "Look, there's the blueprint to beat Houston." It's like, well, good luck executing that blueprint. Everybody's trying to do that. Yeah. Everybody tries to do the same thing. We have a say in that. And just like we wanted to slam the door on A&M, but they just wouldn't let it. So
yeah,
I feel much better talking about this as a win because I'd be saying the same thing as a loss. Sometimes they just play well and they cranked it up when they needed to. I didn't think they had it in them. I thought we were going to walk away with a 20-point win.
There were times that in that second half that it looked like you were pulling away, but man, Galen has more respect for Mick Cronin than I do. He has more respect for Buzz than I do because I just see some weird motherfuckers. Like, I don't know, but their players run through that brick wall for them. And that doesn't happen everywhere. I don't think Rodney Terry's players are doing that.
That's the hardest thing to do as a coach is to get guys to buy in, let alone let year after year to have a level of sustained success. Because I remember when we were in the American, like Coach Sims, and he was honest with us, and he was just like, guys, we're not where Cincinnati, we're not where they are. They are the standard, but we're going to be there. But we never felt like we took a backseat to anybody. Like we never felt that. So, but you got to respect a coach like that who was able to get his guys to a certain level on a consistent basis.
Mm-hmm.
Buzz Williams was asked in the post game, the Houston defense has a tendency to wear teams down and break them. What were you telling your team in the last minute and a half? And how do they prevent themselves from being broken? And he said, they being Houston is phenomenal. They're the number one team in the country, number one in the net, 2 in Ken Palm. I don't know why he knows all that. And to your point, the physicality that they play with,
Good coach.
they play with the same type of leverage on offense that they do on defense. I thought it was a heavyweight fight. There were times where we may have won the round, and there were for sure times when they won the round. But I don't think there was ever any point where our guys felt emotionally as if it were over.
Mhm.
And you have to build your program to get there. Like Friday was their first win in the tournament in 6 years. They hadn't done it since Buzz has been there. And to keep those guys moving in that direction, I think they lost 5 in a row in February.
Yep.
And
they were
to get those guys back.
Aggie fans were ready to run him out of town.
100%. He was gone.
But see,
Until
that
I just feel like they just be thinking that like shit is easy, and it's like you're playing in a conference like the S, like it's hard to win a game, and I feel like people a lot of times they get spoiled because of how people might make winning look, but winning a game in the SEC,
yeah, I'm with you.
let alone having prolonged success, you got a better chance smoking a cigarette underwater. Like that is hard. That is hard to do, man.
A&M is built. A&M is seemingly built like built a little step every year. I remember 2022, they lost like 8 in a row, and then they came back, and then they make a SEC tournament run. They almost beat Auburn when they had Jabari Smith, and then they lost, and then they kind of got snubbed for the tournament, and then they make the tournament the next year. They lose to Penn State, and now they win a game, and it's not like they're going in the wrong direction by any means. Like,
you know what I'm saying.
I tell you, man, I just feel really dirty saying good things about A&M.
It is weird.
Shout out my brother Hunter. He's an Aggie.
Hey,
yeah, shout out Hunter.
Hey.
I mean, I would prefer them to just be terrible.
Have some decorum. You know, I don't think people understand like playing against us or playing against a team like A&M. Like we're watching the game as viewers from a nice angle in the comfort of whatever environment that we choose. But these guys are having to make split-second decisions consistently for 40 minutes while knowing that, this team, they get in the passing lane. So you got to be careful of the passes that you got to be aware of everything that they do on top of making split-second decisions in real time.
You got about that much space to get a pass.
That much space. And people don't realize how fast and physical the game is because they're watching it. It's like, for Ramon, I just know that having been removed for however long and coming back and playing in the game at this level of intensity with all the stuff that's on the line, the game, I'm certain it felt fast to him. You know, like people just take it to this. People, if you've never done it, you can't imagine it. And it's just like the speed of the game is a completely different level. And it's just like, I just feel like if people knew like how difficult that was to like navigate and how hard that, like, it's very, very difficult to do.
Some of our commenters the other day and some people on Twitter that follow us have said that they should have held Ramon out. They should have, talking about Friday, shouldn't have put him in. But you don't win
if they have those same thoughts today.
You don't win this game if he doesn't play Friday.
He's got to get it. He got to get his game legs. I mean, you got to get back in action. And what Galen's talking about, I don't think people understand how fast the game moves visually when you're not kind of in the groove. It takes you a while as a player for the game to actually slow down and to where you can actually, you just see
things before they happen.
Yeah, the game's a blur whenever you're going a million miles an hour and trying to catch up to it, because you're trying to speed up to catch up to their perceived speed. So you're playing out of control. But once you get your legs in and you get settled a little bit, all of a sudden the game slows down for you, and you can actually see people.
Yeah, it's like your mind hasn't caught up to like the pace of the game for it. You're able to process it quick enough. That's what makes Jamal so good. He could the game is slow to him because it's like the game is at his mercy. He's able to make reads and see things before they because his mind is at the speed, it's beyond the speed of the game.
Yeah.
Whereas like with said, everything is probably just quick. It's probably just just everything's a blur. Whereas Jamal is he's attacking full speed and it's a slow scan. Like I see everything. You know, it takes a while to get in that groove and to get to that level.
Right. Oh, anybody gonna tell him that his
Ryan, your mic is
Ryan,
muted.
You're a little muted, brother.
Well, y'all understood everything I said, though, right? Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
There was a play late in regulation at the defensive end, and I guess it was a foul called on Malik. I was watching Kelvin. Because he's right in front of me, and I just love the way he ticks through a game. And so I'm focused on him, and he's screaming at Malik. And, you know, this arena is pretty loud, but everybody heard him screaming at Malik. And Jamal runs over and says, no, don't yell at him. That's on me. Don't yell at him. That's on me. And I don't think anybody would ever run over and take the brunt of Kelvin in that mood.
Mm-hmm.
And it shut Kelvin up. He just was like, okay,
You're right.
I'm with you. Yep.
You're right, you're right, Captain.
Has had to been built. One of my notes is holy fuck. I guess that's when the when that shot was gone in.
I was trying to take notes and then it just went to shit. Then it went from me just sitting down writing shit to just standing up and getting in a defensive stance and yelling. It was a crazy like transition, man. I just know the neighbors that I have, I'm sitting here yelling at the top of my fucking lungs. I just know they heard every single word, and I hope they did.
Oh,
like, no, let's go! Like it was like they're probably like, damn, like what is he going through over there? And it's a game. It's not an argument.
I know that when I look back on this game, I'm gonna think, you know, those refs handed U of H this win.
Yeah.
Without those refs, any Aggie that thinks that is a moron.
I just remember Wade. I think Wade Taylor got a foul. It was either late in the second half or in overtime, and I was like, okay, good, he fouled out. I checked. It's like it's only his third. Yeah. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker only had 2 fouls, and I'm damn. What I'd kill for RPG to only have fucking 2 fouls. Jeez.
Yeah. One of those lines that you're never going to get anywhere else.
It's only found here at GoCoogs.com. X Star Pizza. Tap in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tap in.
My bad, Ryan.
No, I like it. I love it. You're getting it.
That was your moment.
It wasn't my moment.
So Ryan, what's the is the team headed back tomorrow morning?
Oh no, they're either at the airport or flying. Yeah,
on a beam tonight.
So after this game, Galen, what happens? Are you guys whooping it up on the plane until you just emotionally crash and pass out?
Like there's laughs and shits and giggles for probably the first 5 minutes before, and then it's sleep.
Yeah, once you get to 8,000 feet, they're all gone.
Yeah, gone. Like everybody sleep, mouth open. Yes, yeah. But it's yeah. I think the only thing that's probably that's going to be that the guys aren't going to be pleased with from this trip is that the flight wasn't long enough back. Like it's going to be too short of a slumber. You know, like yeah. But other than that, it's you straight sleeping for sure.
One of the most physical NCAA tournament games I've ever seen.
I'm interested to go after we're done to go and look at the internet reaction of this, because I would think that most of the country probably has to be pretty happy with the not really for the outcome, but just for the spectacle that the game was, because it was finally a big time tournament game that played out like not a. I mean, today was just blowout after blowout after blowout.
It was very entertaining.
We'll be here till 10 a.m. I'm taking you with you on my flight. We're just going to do this straight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
You need to
French
stop
now.
being a little
Starns.
Yeah. All right, let's do
I'm
some
I'm
final
gonna start
thoughts.
snoring again. If we go that long.
Final thoughts. Final thoughts. OneSubstantial.com. Get your gear. Our guys are built. They are resilient. Gutsy win. It took everybody, and it's going to take everybody moving forward to achieve what we all think that this team can achieve. Proud of our guys for never wavering, for just believing, and just I can't even imagine the emotional highs and the emotional lows and the thought processes of our guys when this guy fouled out, this guy fouled out, this guy fouled out. That's something that's tough to deal with, and for our guys to be able to withstand that and still focus on what's important. Like the task the objective never changes regardless of who's in the game. So hats off to our guys for just being locked in, being resilient, man. I'm very proud of them.
Starns, what you got?
This was the ultimate culture win, and one that I think can really propel you. Of course, this is the tournament, and anything can happen. But there's nothing. There was nothing that was more of a testament to this culture than this one, I don't think. And yeah, I was speechless when this game ended, and I'm still kind of speechless now.
You're not going to make it till 10 a.m.
I'm not.
I just don't see it. Brad.
Surviving and advancing. But this was the ultimate gut check. This is the worst summer workout that you could possibly imagine, where the guys have to literally carry each other across the finish line. And that's exactly what they did. Everybody when you say everybody, we would like to talk about wins where, hey, everybody contributed tonight. It's like tonight, literally everyone that could play contributed down to the last man. I mean, Ryan Elvin coming in and hitting just one free throw is almost a near miracle to be put in that situation. He hasn't played in a game that's actually had stakes when he was in the game. He's usually finishing the game. And little did A&M know that he was finishing the game. So huge, massive win. And I think that this is the type of win where you're ready to come out next time and you feel like there's no pressure because
you already overcame the worst possible. Yeah.
It can't, the situation can't be more dire. It's hard to think of a time when I've been more proud of a team, coaching staff, support staff, because it really took everybody to get through this. And
here's a stat. There's roughly about 370 Division I men's basketball teams in the nation. And there's probably about the NIT and CIT and all that shit, there's probably 340 of them at the crib.
Yeah.
And we're still playing.
Again.
Yeah. Again. Like, that's an impressive feat, man. That's an impressive feat.
Also, everybody like this on YouTube. Subscribe, please. We appreciate it. and hit that notification bell so you're notified every single time we have something go live. Ryan's posting videos all the time. You'll get more stuff from practice. You'll get more stuff from the other sport that we play that we'll get into in July or something, probably.
But you're about to get exclusive content this week from GoCoogs.com that nobody else can get. Tap the fuck in. GoCoogs.com. Big Ryan on the beat.
You got that content
live,
in this
man.
show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you got
never before seen.
Well,
Ryan is breaking
Manual.
barriers, goddammit. That's what I'm talking about.
None of that canned stuff. None of that canned PR talk. Got the real Galen talk. Only Galen can get them guys talking like that.
Yep.
Tell them the true feelings.
If this team had to play Thursday, I think they get beat this coming Thursday. I don't think they could get back for that. Getting Friday is a huge deal. Y'all made me realize that getting the late game, big deal. You just need those hours off your feet. Something that Kelvin has been harping on it's kind of been sticking with me, and it's a reason I talked to Emmanuel yesterday, is Kelvin's kind of been telling Emmanuel to toughen up. Emmanuel's always crashing into things. They call him Crash. But, go in there and rebound. And that's been a huge emphasis. And he's been screaming at him for 2 games. And what did Emmanuel do in that second half? He took 2 fouls, offensive fouls, that they knocked the hell out of him. And then he tipped the ball, and the ball was going out into the corner, and he dove into the corner and saved it, to the point where Jamal is like, I got to give you some. I'm not bringing the ball up. I'm going to stay here with you. I've never seen that ever.
And Emmanuel, he got rammed on a pick. He was setting a pick, and he got smoked by, I think it was Washington, and they originally called the foul on him, and then they switched it.
Yeah.
That was the first of the 2 offensive fouls, I believe.
If they would have called that foul on him, I would have been on a plane in Memphis. Somebody was about to have a really, really bad night.
He had 15 points in the second half. He had 2 rebounds. He had a block. He had a steal in the second half. I think, obviously the 30 points, the 3-pointers, but Friday in the game, every time he would make a mistake, Kelvin said something, and Emmanuel would be facing this way, and he'd look over, like it was a little in his head. And at the half, Kelvin said, "We're going to run a play for Emmanuel to start this half. We're going to get him into this game." And Emmanuel was like, okay. And they did it, and he goes, and buries a 3, and I think he went 3 for 3 in the second half yesterday. And he keeps getting challenged, and he responded, and he stood up. And he's a guy with one of the most infectious smiles I've ever seen. Jamal has it too, but Emmanuel's, I feel pumped up when I see him smiling like that. I'm like, yeah. And this one, I mean, you could tell it was like the emotion flowed out, but he felt such a happiness and such a, look at me, I did it. I stood up. I did my job. And you're not supposed to root for people or teams when you do this. You end up rooting for people because you see what these guys do. You see, and I'm going to tell you, that's a guy I root for. I like everything about him. I'm so happy for him that this happened for him, because it defensively and rebounding, it hasn't always come easy, but he's kept with it, and there he is, and good for him.
Beautifully said, Ryan. Beautifully said.
Okay,
Root,
maybe not
thank you.
beautifully, but
Root, thank you. This
Beautifully
is
said, no laugh.
that's the best compliment I can hear, because that's what we hope to bring, and we appreciate everybody, because your comments add so much value to this, and it really keeps it fun and interactive. That's why I look forward to doing this every game.
Right.
yeah.
So thank you again.
And that's one of the things that I just didn't understand. I didn't understand how the comments would end up being a big part of this. And sometimes Towns has to show me, no, slow down, do this. We're going to do this. And I'm like, okay. Bring in Jamie Hollingsworth. That was Towns' idea. I didn't realize it. Jamie's ended up being just a home run and such an awesome thing for us.
And
but I didn't get it.
I mean, that dude literally goes back and watches multiple games, comes up with this, and then he takes the time to go through the game and send me timestamps to pull clips for him to be able to put on that. And he always says, hey, you don't got to do it if you don't want to. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're doing all this work. I want to put pictures to this and make it as pretty as possible.
Yeah.
So he's been a huge help to us. The guys at No Conference for Old Men have been a blessing to really help us round out a lot of our content. Look forward to their podcast this week. Hit them up on take a listen to all the platforms that they're on. You'll get a notification from GoCoogs.com when they're on again. Thank everybody for participating with us. We really do appreciate it.
That's Emmanuel in the stands after the game. Just went up and was chatting with guys and that woman, and just a sense of relief, but just a pride. And also, he's got that towel on. He doesn't have those damn NCAA towels, so good for him. Legit podcast.
100%. You want to know some stats? That's who I go to for stats.
Who?
No
conference guys? Okay. Yeah.
What about me?
Sorry,
I'm literally right
Starns.
No, that because I don't get them live. You're my stat guy here.
here.
When I need a study of, what's the optimal angle of a jump shot to bounce off the top of the backboard and down, and what's the probability of hitting that on 4 consecutive shots within 10 seconds, they got me a real number.
I assume this is not having a guy, but Malik was there. They made a great pass. I mean, it's not like he hit an easy shot. It wasn't the best defense, but it was not the worst. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I was like 37, 38, 39, and I just didn't love what I was doing. I did insurance, and I still do, and real estate, and still do, but there was no passion to it. And I remember sitting on my mother's back porch explaining the idea for this to her, and she looked at me like, "You're a fucking idiot. What are you You're not doing that." But it's worked out, and sort of the vision we came up with then is exactly what GoCoogs is now, and it's way bigger and a much bigger deal than I ever thought it would be. I get 20 to 30 people every game saying, "Oh, we watch your show, we read your content." See, they're wearing our shirts. Like, what is happening? Why are you my stuff? No, wear that, not this. But saw it today. A guy stopped me. I was running up the stairs, and he was like, "Cats!" And I had to think about it for a minute. I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?" Oh yeah, cats, yeah.
Well, and the funny thing is we were told that there's really not a market for U of H content. Like, okay, well, we'll find out. We're going to test that.
That's really what happened. Is no one had been able to figure it out.
You know
And I
what we're
thought-
doing, Ryan? You know what we're doing to those people? We laughing our asses all the way to Star Pizza, baby. You know what I'm talking about?
That's
Laughing
Galen
our
right there,
ass
baby.
all the way to Star Pizza. Tap in. Get
Tap in.
pizza. I was about to say curse
See,
word, but
Star
yeah.
Pizza.
That's the
Bro.
reason why Ryan gets on with these guys with the basketball team, is because much like when people tell them that, well, you're not enough, you don't, they get that chip on their shoulder, and people tell Ryan, there's just not a market for that. He's like, watch me.
Chip. You
And
know
there's
that
a lot
gets
of people that don't really like me, it turns out, which
Well,
I didn't know.
That's easy. That's
We
understandable.
call that hatred, and
Yeah. Well, I
with
don't
Ryan-
think anybody hates me, but
haters.
Houston versus everybody. That's not just a buzzword. That's just not a catchphrase.
It's a lifestyle, man.
That's
It's our
right.
reality.
Embrace the
Fuck 'em.
hate.
Fuck them, we ball. GoCoogs.com.
There's
The Daily
new
Cougar,
shirt.
OneSubstantial.com. New gear just dropped. Star Pizza. Tap into all 4 of them. Tap in.
Look for Galen's new signature line of hoodies.
Facts.
Fuck 'em, we ball.
I wonder, like, if I did do that, how much is that? Fuck them, we ball. That'd be
well,
crazy.
they'd never be able to show a U of H game again because everybody would have their fucking we ball shirts on, and it just wouldn't work out. Why didn't
sounds
they
like-
put 5 across the arc, Galen, Towns, Starns?
Why didn't they put 5 across the arc?
Yeah, around the arc
Lost.
Someone can still get open. I think.
and get fouled.
Yeah.
Because
and
the thing is that here's from my perception, why is because they're going to have to face guard the guys on the arc no matter what. You don't want to give up a foul before the ball is thrown in. Plus, you don't know where the ball is going to be thrown, so you got to have a guy on the ball to be able to force that guy to throw it around you. Just so happened, guy made a perfect pass. Guy made a perfect catch. Guy made a perfect shot. I mean, 3 things have to happen for them, even if nobody's guarding them. 3 things have to happen before they can tie the game, and they did all 3 with under tight pressure.
And it's just like, so they wanted the inbounder to have nobody. Like, so this question, they're asking, like, to take the person guarding the inbounder and put them just in the arc and let him make a unguarded pass. Is that what they're?
No, I mean,
Okay. I mean, I'm just out that just because I'm making sure I wasn't tripping.
okay, yeah. So
Because I feel like
I just don't think it's the right thing to do. I think you got to.
Yeah, I didn't even understand it actually.
You have to pressure them every which way you can, and make them be perfect, and they work. I mean, that's going to go on the one shining moment. It's just gonna.
Yeah.
And U of H has done a pretty good job of getting in those one shining moments for the wrong reasons. But put it in the video. Just make sure you put that final score in the video too. You can have that in the video as long as you have that final score.
Sometimes you just be like that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't stop everything, man.
15 years of lockdown cover. I don't know about that. All right, we're gonna sign off. I'm gonna go sleep for 15 minutes. I have to be up at 3, I think. That's an idea.
I'm gonna go eat this.
GoCoogs.com, Substantial, Daily Cougar. We're gonna do it all. Houston and ISU saving face for the Big 12. What happened to the league? Same thing that happened to the SEC. Same thing that happened to whoever, the Mountain West. Things happen.
Yeah.
The league is not playing these games. The teams are. And U of H was a blip away from being out there with the rest of the Big 12.
Yeah.
But they hung on.
Literally.
This team is really good when it comes down to it. They've been really good in overtime. Is that the 3rd or 4th overtime win? At Texas, at Baylor today? Okay. OU, you go down
Oh,
the
you
last
didn't.
second.
Yeah.
I mean, this team's really good in those situations. And they've had to erase a lot of things and move on and have. If you're not just excited about where you are and what happened, if you're worried about all these little things tonight, go sleep. Get back to it tomorrow.
I'm gonna go eat some
Just
dessert.
enjoy it. We know. No shit. Yeah.
Maybe
Even if
drink
you didn't have any, you would eat dessert.
I'd make myself pancakes. I guarantee you that. I'm gonna go drink some ranch instead.
Oh shit! No, this is crazy, bro. That's crazy. Bro said drinking some ranch. Oh man, that's insane.
They make their fresh ranch, man. It's delicious.
Get your Galen shirt. Get your Starns shirt.
Crazy.
They ain't got no Towns or Monto shirts yet, but maybe it'll happen. Probably not. GoCoogs.com. One substantial. Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
Thank y'all so much.
It looks like Galen's out in Vegas, man, just working the DJ booth.
Yeah.
Facts.
He's at Electric Daisy Carnival right there. Yeah. All right. Thank y'all so much. Starns, Metal, go take a nap. Go get some sleep. Paint your nails. This he did not say. He did not say he put ranch on his pancakes.
No.
He will eat ranch by itself as a meal.
I will drink ranch by itself.
As a cool beverage.
It is. Nice frosty beverage. Put a little umbrella in it.
Oh, man. That's
all right.
tough.
Thank y'all so much. GoCoogs.com, dailycooker.com, onesubstantial.com. We're going home. Sweet 16. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Thanks so much.